Hey guys, I got a new knife video for today, and this is actually going to be my first cold steel knife, and as you guys can see, it's the cold steel Kobun. So it just comes in this blue box, and I actually don't have the blade in the box, I have the blade right here. So it just comes in the box with cardboard over the blade and in the plastic wrapping. Alright. So here it is. Comes with plastic sheath. Cold Steel calls it a Securex sheath. It's pretty much just an injection molded sheath. It does have rivets in it, which is nice because it offers a lot of lash points for paracord. So you can lash it to your gear, or maybe you have a tactical vest. You can definitely lash it to there, lash it to a backpack. It really gives a lot of options for carry. Plus, on the reverse side, there is a clip. If I personally don't like the positioning of this clip. If I were to redesign this knife, I would pretty much just move the clip onto the other side of the sheath, simply so I could put it on a belt on my left hip and then draw with my right hand. I can do that now, but I have to put it inside, on the inside of the belt. So if this was the belt, I'd have to put it between the belt and my waist instead of just fastening it onto the belt like I would have preferred. Really, that's the only issue I have with this sheath. Maybe I would put a drainage hole in, just because of the steel choice used in this blade, but I'll get to that in a second. This clip is removable. You just push it up, and you just bend it over the lip of the sheath. I find no need to remove it right now just because I carry it with the pocket clip. Carry options, like I said, left hip, either in between the belt and the waistband, or actually in the waistband carry. Or you could do right side carry, but I find right side carry a bit awkward because if you have it clipped like this, when you draw the blade, you're going to have it. So if you have the knife sheathed like this, when you draw the blade, you're going to have it in a reverse grip. Which, I mean, that might be fine, but I would prefer to have it in just a standard grip. So once again, I would have thrown the pocket clip on the other side. But that's just me. Yeah, let's talk about retention really quick. Retention on this is just fine. No rattling or anything. And you're not gonna have the knife come out. Retention's absolutely fine. Once it's clipped on, because it has a hook on the actual clip, you're gonna be fine to draw one-handed, and you're gonna have no problem with that. So yeah, that's the sheath. No real issues with it except the pocket clip, and that's probably my biggest issue with this whole knife. Alright, on to the actual knife. Why I wanted to include a drainage hole in the sheath is because of the steel choice of this blade. The steel choice is AUS 8. Really, it's a medium quality steel. Edge retention, hardness, everything's pretty good except rust resistance. This blade will rust easy on you, and that's why from the factory it comes with a light coat of oil on it, and the oil will pretty much just help so it doesn't rust. I already live in a dry climate, so I really shouldn't have too many issues with it as long as I keep it oiled. But I could definitely see if you live in a very humid climate where you might not want to go with AUS 8. I would have much preferred if they offered this, and they could have still offered it in AUS 8 to keep a low price point, but a little higher quality steel. Just off the top of my head, I know Cold Steel offers what do they call it? Sanmai 3. I'm not sure. I know Sanmai 3. There's two different types of steel. There's a center piece of steel that's a little bit harder, and then the outside. The outside might still be AUS 8, in which case I wouldn't go with that. But even if they just made this in like a VG10, I would be really happy with it. So on the actual sheath, the problem I had was the pocket clip. On the blade, it's going to be the steel choice. Other than rust resistance, it's a great steel. Let's look at the blade. 5.5 inches. To give you an idea, let's bring out Spyderco Endura. Remember, this had a 3 and 3 3/4 inch blade. So let's take a look at that. So you can see, Kobun, a lot longer. Let's also bring out, what else do I have sitting around? Alright, here we go. Buck 102. Again, much shorter blade. But they have different uses. We'll get into that in just a second. Let me just put this away. Alright, so primary use for this blade is a fixed blade tactical, possibly a backup to your primary fixed blade. Just depends. Most likely a backup if you are serving our country, or possibly SWAT or police. It's most likely going to be your backup. For the civilian, if it's legal to carry, of course, in your area, I'd probably say this is your primary fixed blade, but it is very lightweight, and that's why I would say it's a backup. Plus, it doesn't have quite the reach of some of, like, some primaries. I know I would probably carry a 7 to 8 inch blade as my primary fixed blade, but that's just me. So speaking of blade length, I think I already mentioned it, but I'm just going to say it one more time. 5.5 inches. Overall, let's see if I can get this in frame. I'm going to have to lift up my camera, guys. Sorry. It is 9 7/8 inches. Steel, we already talked about, AUS-8. Weight, 4.4 ounces. So for a knife this big, they really cut back on weight. And it flows, guys. It's balanced right near where the guard is. Super lightweight for the size knife you're getting. And, yeah, I'm very happy with this. By the way, I haven't hit price yet. Spyderco sells it for $50, which means you can find it online for probably like $35 or so. I'm just guessing, because I actually bought it at a Sportsman's Warehouse, and they sell it for $40. And I knew the retail, so I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll pick it up. Handle is 4 3/8 inches long, and let's take a look at the handle. It is made out of Kraton, so it's pretty much just a rubberized handle, just pretty right over the tang. It's a full tang design. Kraton, I don't really know how it holds up to wear and tear, because this is actually the first cold steel knife I've had that's used Kraton. Other knife companies, I haven't had a knife either that uses a similar material, so we'll see how it holds up. I can post an update video a little bit, maybe a month or so later, see how it holds up. I'm sure it'll do just fine. Really nice grip, though. I think they say it's deeply checkered or whatever. It just has like this little diamond pattern, but it really does add grip. On the spine of the blade, it has like almost like a jimping in the rubber. Not super effective, but it definitely works. For the guard, it just has the Kraton guard. It's okay. I think if you were doing a stabbing motion, you may be able to slip up and over the blade. I don't think it's a huge issue, though. I think the guard will do you fine, just to make sure your fingers stay off the blade. Ergonomics are actually pretty decent for such a thin blade. So you see there's a palm swell in the middle, and then it tapers back down right before it gets to the guard and at the end of the knife. Yeah, it's functional. I can definitely feel the swell. It molds into your hand. Really nice. Lanyard hole, pretty sure that'll easily hold 550. Yep, easily holds 550. On the back of the handle, there's a little bit of jimping here. I would assume for if you went into a reverse grip. feels just fine in reverse grip as well as a standard grip. You can put your thumb on the back of the knife for more grip, obviously, but I feel like you don't need to. I wouldn't be worried about my hand sliding forward, but if I was, that's fine. Plenty of handle for what you get. I think it's plenty fine for pretty much whatever size hand you have, but as you see, I still have about an inch and a half of handle left over, and that's when I'm up here. And that's actually the grip I liked most on this knife. Just hit here, and it's stamped cold steel. On the other side, it is stamped Kobun. Let's focus in here. Kobun, made in Taiwan. Quality control is pretty good. Cold steel does make excellent knives. I've heard a lot of good reviews. A couple of my friends own them. So yeah, I decided to pick one up. I was looking for a fixed blade knife, so I wanted lightweight. I didn't want to carry a full-on like what do I want to say, like a primary fixed blade in some people's situation. Just a lightweight one is fine for me. Any heavier than this, and I would like feel it on me, you know, like in my EDC I would feel it, and I think it would weigh me down a little too much for my liking, but this is fine. I mean, it comes in at relatively low weight for such a big blade. Actually, I think the Manix 2, Spyderco Manix 2, is heavier. I don't remember what the Manix comes in at, but I think it came in at like 5.2 ounces, and this is only 4.4, so this is actually a lighter blade than the Manix 2. So yeah, use, like I said, backup, tactical, boot knife is what Cold Steel markets as. Yeah, it definitely, it is thin enough. Maybe remove the pocket clip, and you have a pretty thin blade. If you actually wanted to carry it as a boot knife and put it like in a boot, you'd be okay with this. Sharpness, razor sharp. I'm just gonna assume that's how all Cold Steels come. And let's hope they do, because I'm planning on buying at least one more Cold Steel that I have planned. I'm sure I'll buy more in the future, but one right now that's like top of the list, and I'll just let you guys see that when it comes. Let's talk about blade shape. So this is an American Tanto. You can tell because it, well, Tanto blade shape, the traditional Japanese one, it's going to have the point, but the secondary point is going to be back farther, and you're going to have a longer secondary edge on the front. The American Tanto is got a shorter secondary edge, and it comes to the second point right here, which is just vicious for cutting. Like if you did a slash, this second point, if it catches something, it's just going to rip right through it, because that's just the way it's designed. But the secondary edge is just here. It's reinforcing the tip, because the Tanto blade shape is an excellent stabber. So if you stab into something, it's going to cut along the secondary edge until it reaches the secondary point, in which case it's going to come in to the belly of this knife. Here, the box is straight. You can see all the belly on this knife, and it's just gonna, after the secondary point catches, it's just gonna take whatever you're cutting right through this belly, and it's just gonna cut wide open, which makes this knife pretty versatile. You can do some food prep with it. You can definitely do some slicing and slashing, and of course you have a great stabbing capability with this knife. Yeah, let me just do some cut tests for you guys and then wrap up the video. Let me see if I can find some paper or something for you. Yeah, here we go. Maybe. Alright, here we go, guys. Just give me 1 second. Should have been more prepared for this video. Alright. So I have done some cutting, but I haven't gotten a chance to cut paper off camera yet, so here's our first try. Alright, not bad. There we go. Alright, it's getting better, guys. Alright. This paper actually has some plastic on this side. I don't know. We'll see if it can cut through this. I'm sure it will. No problem. Cuts right through the plastic on this paper. Didn't get a good cut there. Alright, it's just cutting right through it. See if I can stab. Probably not going to be able to, guys. Sorry. It's just awkward working around this tripod. Alright. So I'm just gonna... Not a lot of tearing. It's pretty much just a clean cut. I'm gonna try this. Alright, let me just adjust the camera really quick. Alright. We'll try a few stabs. Let's see if we can get it. Hoping I'm getting these on camera. But anyway, it's just going straight through, like I would expect. If it didn't go through, I'd be a little shocked and disappointed. But, for this price point, again, 40 bucks, I'm very happy with this knife. And yeah, 40 bucks, you get a great blade, pretty decent sheath, and, an overall good package for the price. So that is my review of the Cold Steel Kobun. It's definitely worth picking up if you're looking for a lightweight tactical. I still carry my the tactical folder of the Spyderco Endura on me too. It just depends on what you need, depending on the situation. But yeah, definitely a great option if this is what you're in the market for. Check it out. Great price point, great quality, and yeah, I'll post some updates if my opinion changes, and I'll definitely post an update about the craton on the handle. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Again, thanks for watching, guys.